They actually put the pressure on you that if you don't get a job while you were in college, you're done.
So you get through your day, through all of those interviews, and then you hear back. And hopefully we heard some good news. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Sit and Sip with me. In today's episode, we have Jagan, who will talk about his journey into tech all the way from India to the US and all of the struggles getting there. Also, he'll touch on how he decided to pursue his master's. So all that and more in this episode. And without further ado, please welcome
Jagan.
Very good.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
So the first company I was getting my placement interviews scheduled, they rejected me in the second round.
Okay.
I don't know why, because me and my friends, a couple of them, we always sitting together when we were doing the aptitude test, which is the mathematics, quick mathematics and computer science related questions. We all answered the same answers for all the questions. We knew we were answering the same answers for all the questions because we discussed. You know, they reorder the questions. So the first question of yours might be the sixth question for him, but we know what the questions are, right? So, I was telling, hey, if you get a question about trigonometry with a triangle in it, the answer is B, 35 centimeters, and then so that he can save that time and wherever. So, but those two got selected and I was rejected.
Oh.
We all I don't know why it was. Maybe they just randomly decided to remove people. So that was my first failure. And then the second one, the company that I was dreaming to join, it's called Infosys. It's one of the best companies to work in back in the days for information technology, software engineering, because the training is pretty good. They give a very good training so that even if you don't end up working in that company, people will hire you just for going through the training in that company.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was not, that was my second failure. I was not even able to attend the interviews. They said, you're not fit in here. And then the third company, I was giving everything I had. I said, this is the only chance I got. This is the last company that's coming in. I have to get the job. And I had to go to a different university because it was a pool interview. The others were companies were coming into my college, like the college that I was studying in. So I'm only competing with my friends.
Okay.
But this one, I have to go to a different university. So I'm competing with all other different university people.
Okay.
So instead of competing with 500 people for 50 jobs, I was competing with 5,000 people for the same 50 jobs.
Wow.
So that was the L&T Infotech. And the first round was aptitude. I gave all in. I was able to concentrate and do all the mathematics and stuff. And then I knew that anything that relates communication, I can do better. Like all I needed is clearing up the technical interview and just going in to the communication rounds because I knew I'm good at communicating.
Okay.
I was confident.
What were the interviews conducted in English or Tamil?
In English.
Oh, okay.
At least in my college, it was English.
Tamil is his mother tongue.
Mother tongue, yeah. So they ended up selecting only 18 people from 3,800 people, and I was one of them. And the 18 people were from 6 different colleges, and from my college, the college that I was studying in, they only selected 4. So I was one of the 4 from the entire college. So when we went back, there was like a celebration in our classrooms that, hey, Jagan is one of the very few who got into that company. Whether a good thing or not, I don't know, but it just felt better that I was able to make, compared to the 3,800 people, I was one of the 18.
Right, that sounds really intense. It's like you're going through a battle. Literally, you're fighting.
Yeah, we never knew.
Many applicants.
We never knew you can even apply online for jobs.
Oh.
We never knew that. We knew you can only get jobs through the college, through the placements. If you leave that, you're done. We heard a lot of bad stories when we were studying. Every college professor says, if you don't get placed in your third year, which is a senior year, no,
Junior year.
Junior year,
Yeah.
you are done. You will not be able to get a job.
Now you went through all of that pressure, 6 months pass, and then you joined LNT. So how did that go? Like, what inspired you to do masters? Did that even cross your mind?
I never believed in masters as a need. I knew that people who had a lot of money, to go abroad and stay there, spend money, learn. I had no visibility, nothing whatsoever. I didn't even try to think about doing masters. I was living in Mumbai, which was a different location than I grew up. So I was exploring the city. I was getting into photography. I was getting into movie making. I was getting into traveling. I was getting into hiking. There's a lot of things that was going on. And the first time I was living outside of my house.
Okay.
My family house. So I had the freedom to do anything I wanted to do. I can wake up at 4 a.m. and just go anywhere I want. I can come back at midnight and no one asks me where I was. So I was not thinking about masters at all. But there is a system in Indian IT companies, or at least the service-based IT companies. They call it a bench. You know what a bench is?
No.
No. So basically,
I know what a bench is.
Well, yeah, you know what a bench is, but
I don't know in this context.
in Indian service-based companies, if someone is on bench, they basically are getting paid, but they don't have work to do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
I'm on the same page.
So the service-based companies, which have 300,000 engineers, what they do is they take these softwares that were built in 1990s or 2001, 2003, and they maintain it. All they do is they maintain it for 5 years, 6 years, until the company thinks about recreating the entire software, which is expensive. So they just go for maintenance. So L&T Infotech is one of the companies. Even now they do it. But most of the service-based companies, what they do is they hire people before they know they need it. So what they do is they hire them, like me. They hire a bunch of thousands of people every year. They train them and they keep them idle until they get a project for them.
Oh.
So it is like, I don't know when I'm gonna go to a restaurant, but I know I need to go to a restaurant, and I know I need a car. So
Okay.
I buy the car right now, but I don't know when I'm gonna go.
I see.
I just keep it.
So you are the car.
Yeah, I was.
In that case.
And you have to pay the maintenance. You have to pay, the monthly loan payments and everything. But the car is not used. It's just lying there.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the car? It loses its value.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened to us. So we joined in October, and we were told that the company is going to give us a project to work on. So the project then end up coming to our desk for I think 2.5 months. So we were just idle for 2.5 months. We took the time to explore Mumbai. We took the time to travel around. 2.5 months is not a long time, but if you think about it, it could have been worse. Like if we did not go and ask them, hey, what is going on? Like give us projects to work on.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have gotten anything, and we would have ended up being on bench for a long time. We knew there was one guy who was on bench for 11 years.
11 years?
11 years he was on bench. So all he does is jump from one project to the other, and he stays on bench until the project starts, and then he'll jump again, and then he'll jump again for 11 years. He doesn't get a promotion. He doesn't get a salary hike. He's just happy with what he does. He has a side business outside, so he just comes here to spend time with his friends and family. I mean, it's just like a family for him. But that's all he did. And when I saw him, it was scary because there's no growth.
Yeah.
You're just doing the same thing every single day. You even if you want to jump to a new company, they would ask you for experience. You can fake it, but they're gonna know you. They're gonna know that you faked once you join, and they give you some work to do.
Right.
It's not gonna last, right? So it was like 2.5 months, about 3 months, and then we went to the manager and then say, hey, you gotta give us something, or we're gonna leave. And he said, oh, okay, we'll give you something. And then he gave us a mini project to do. So we developed this tool for an insurance company. It's an American client. I cannot say the name, but It's an American client.
Okay.
We built this tiny software for them. Went well. It was a 6 months project. We finished it. We learned a lot from that. And then I was dating someone back then, and so she was saying that she was gonna do masters, and she wants to do something related to computer science, and that's because it's her parents' expectations. So her parents had already acquired the bachelor's degree, so they want their next generation to have more educational value, right? So they said, okay, we have bachelor's degree. If you are ending up with a bachelor's degree, that's not gonna look good. So I want you to do bachelor's and then a master's degree, taking one step ahead. Maybe the next generation is PhD. I don't know. And then I don't know after what PhD is. But anyway, so she was told by her parents that she has to do masters. And I was reluctant. I was like, no, I'm not going to do masters. You can go ahead and do your masters. I don't care. But I don't want to spend that much money. So she came up with a plan that, okay, why don't we go to Germany? Because German education is free. And
it's logical.
It makes sense, right? So you get the degree and you spend $8,048 in a year. It's the budget that is allocated for an international student to spend in Germany.
Like, who comes up with this budget? Germany?
German government. So you have to open a Deutsche Bank account, and then you have to put your Indian money into it, 8048 euros, and you cannot take any more money. That's it. Once you step into the country, you have to live with 8048 euros. I think your Medicare is, probably part of your educational thing, so that's free probably. But you cannot do like extravaganza party. You cannot travel anywhere you want to go with all the money that you want. So when I looked at it and I thought 8048 euros in Indian money, it's 5 lakh rupees, which was my 1 year of salary back then. And I thought, oh, well, I can invest my 1 year of savings, or maybe a little bit more, to go into Germany and then get an educational degree and probably work in Germany because I'm going to get in euros. I can send back money to my parents if I want to. And I did German course. I did study German language. I did apply for a lot of university. It was crazy. It was a matter of 3 months when I knew that education was free in Germany. I was like, oh, this is free? I'm going to obviously you go for something free, right? So, but I did end up spending a lot of money on getting the certification for German language, getting my application processed, getting my GRE, getting my TOEFL, getting my LTS and all that. I got into a university called Darmstadt.
Okay.
And I was gonna do distributed, I think masters in distributed computer science, distributed computers, distributed software, something with the distribution. I don't remember because I'm not in that anymore, but I got into the admission, and it was December 19, 2015.
Okay.
My uncle, I was gonna leave the country by February. It was in a month and a half. So I was almost mentally prepared that I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna open an account.
100%. You were like, certain.
Yeah, I got my admission. I knew where I was gonna stay. I knew all my people who were gonna be joining with me in the university. I knew all of them. I was a WhatsApp group, and I was joining that group, and I was talking to them and stuff like that. And December, I still remember the day because that changed the entire game for me. So he came in. Well, by that time I was not with the girl I was dating. By that time nothing's happened, so we were not together. But we'd still, thought, we're good friends. Why don't we go to Germany and then, study there? Because that was a plan. So 19th of December 2015, my uncle came from the US. The same uncle who said, you're gonna get into IT in high school, right? You're gonna get into IT because by the time you come out, your degree will be valuable because recession is only part, like a small time. The same uncle, he came in 2015 and he asked me, how, Jagan, what are you doing now? And I said, oh, well, I'm actually planning to do my master's in distributed software engineering in Germany, and I'm planning to leave in a month and a half. I thought he was going to be proud.
Okay.
right? And I told him, hey, I'm doing this, I'm so excited. Like, and then he said, are you kidding me?
Oof. Sorry guys, I keep cutting this a little too short. Sorry about that. But if you are excited to see the next part like I am, please stay tuned till next week. And I'm gonna close it out right here. Please manifest good things into your life. And as always, be safe and take care. Bye.